It's already been a chaotic start to the Olympics. Australian boxer Tina Rahimi slams the Paris Olympics hijab ban. And do frogs really taste like chicken? I'm Tarek Ahmed and welcome to the Olympics Roundup. We are officially less than 24 hours away from the opening ceremony to the Paris Olympic Games as athletes and tourists from all over the world enter the French capital. But some events have already started. Yes, because of the number of athletes participating in such a short time frame, Olympic, handball, football, rugby sevens and archery have already gotten underway. And we've already seen some drama. Morocco went ahead by 2 goals against Argentina, only for the South American side to level the scoreline, but the game was immediately suspended after the second goal due to chaos in the stands. The players were told to go back inside and resume the match 90 minutes later, but then VAR overturned Argentina's equaliser for offside. VAR already in the headlines? What a shock. For the first time in Olympic history, the opening ceremony will not be held in a stadium, but along the famous River Seine. Nearly 100 boats will carry over 10,000 athletes sailing by Paris's iconic landmarks, with thousands expected to line the river and the streets. In keeping with tradition, Greece will be the first nation introduced during the ceremony, followed by the refugee Olympic team, while the host France will be the last to be introduced. The ceremony is set to begin at 7:30 local time tomorrow and is expected to last just under 4 hours, with the final stages occurring as the sun sets across the French capital. This year's Olympics will see a significant number of debutantes, but will also bid farewell to Andy Murray, one of the greatest players in British tennis history. The 3-time Grand Slam champion had hinted at retiring after 12 tumultuous months of sustained injuries which forced him out of Wimbledon, but Murray finally confirmed his retirement earlier this week, announcing that he will play in his final tennis tournament this weekend. Although he is set to retire, Murray has plans to stay active in the sport and has expressed interest in coaching rather than commentating. Now, despite the excitement ahead of the Games, it has not been without controversy after the French government announced a hijab ban for all athletes representing France. Significant figures from the sporting world have protested the ban, saying it is a violation of women's rights. One of the latest athletes to join in this outcry is Australian boxer Tina Rahimi. Rahimi, who will become the first Muslim boxer selected to represent Australia at the Olympics, said the ban didn't make sense. The 28-year-old reinforced her gratitude at being able to represent Australia whilst wearing the hijab, but argued that there is no reason to ban the headscarf as it has nothing to do with performance. From controversial to inspirational now as Palestinian athletes gear up to represent their nation despite the ongoing war in Gaza. With all sports facilities being demolished, Palestinian athletes had been given support by Arab states, including Kuwait, Qatar, Libya and Egypt, to allow training in those countries. Despite slim hopes of a medal, swimmer Yazan Al-Bawab says just being at the Games is a victory in itself.
Whether a medal or not, we're already winning. The fact that we're here, the fact that people don't want us to be here, they don't want us to play sports, they don't want us to exist. People don't want Palestine to exist. They look at the flag and they don't want it. And so to be here is a win.
So there's no hiding the fact that the Olympics is known for its surprise appearances. From Queen Elizabeth to Mr. Bean, an array of celebrities have made cameos during previous events. But in a surprising turn of events, this year American rapper Snoop Dogg will be one of the final torchbearers at this year's Games. The torch has already been carried by the likes of Arsene Wenger, Charles Leclerc and Halle Berry. Snoop Dogg will now be expected to carry the torch through the streets of Paris and will be joined by fellow torchbearers actress Letitia Casta and French rapper MC Solar. To be honest though, now that I think about it, is it that surprising that he's a torchbearer? He's probably used to holding a light with a flame on the end of it by now. On your marks, get set and escargot. Tourists in Paris have already begun digging into French cuisine, with some opting to try the popular French dish known as escargot. Basically a fancy way of saying snails or frog legs. Anyway, here's what one tourist had to say about the interesting dish.
Tastes just like chicken. Tastes just like chicken. I'm trying not to think about the fact that I'm eating frog legs and just focus on the flavor.
Kind of. I try to be adventurous with my palate and my cuisine, again, because of my Nigerian heritage. And I know that there are certain things that might be an acquired taste to people who are not originally Nigerian.
Yeah, fair play to Ololuwa, but I think I'll just stick to croissants and baguettes. Anyway, that's all for us on today's Olympics Roundup. Join us again tomorrow and throughout the tournament as we cover everything that's going on in Paris with a particular focus on how Muslim athletes get on.